Can you give me an alternative to what I said?
The thing is, like, you know, we're not astrophysicists. We don't know everything.
Neither am I.
I know, but
Neither am I.
what I'd say a lot of religious people are doing is because they don't.
المشكله عاوتاني اللي كنلقى مع الناس اللي ملحدين هما كيظنوا على انهم خصهم يكونوا كيعرفوا كل شيء باش انهم يامنوا بالله. الى انه ما كيعرفش كل شيء يعني فهو كاين عدد لا نهائي ديال الاحتمالات، وبالتالي ما يمكنش انه يقبل الفكره ديال وجود خالق او لا ديال وجود اله. داكشي علاش في اخر المطاف تيقول لك الله اعلم ما عرفتش، ولا كيبدا يجبد لك شي احتمالات اللي ما كيتقبلهاش العقل ديالك وتيامن بها وكيقول لك ان هذه مثلا تلقى شي وحدين كيامنوا بها كيقول لك هذه صحيحه وما عنده حتى شي دليل على ان هذيك الحاجه صحيحه، وكيقول لك مثلا عطيني دليل على ان الله كاين ولا ما كانش دليل ما يمكنش نامن وكذا وهذه، وباش نامن بشي حاجه ضروري خصنا دليل، وكتلقاه متناقض مع راسو. قسما بالله راه ما يمكنش تلقى ملحد يعني ما تيتناقضش مع راسو بالقضيه المتعلقه بالايمان. ما يمكنش كاع الملحدين كيتناقضوا مع راسهم.
Don't know the answer to the big questions. They're kind of making a bit of a jump of faith, like, oh, I don't understand it. Therefore,
I think that's what you're making, with all due respect.
Okay, but
I think the atheists they have science of the gaps.
I'm not an atheist. I'm an agnostic. Remember?
No, I'm saying atheists specifically.
Okay.
Atheists, you might be using the same thing.
You're not talking about me though, because I'm not an atheist.
Sure. That's why I didn't say you specifically.
Yeah.
But I said there is something that they use, which is called science of the gaps, or moreover, I don't know of the gaps. Because I don't know is not an answer. Do you agree? Reality is you have one of two answers. Whether you exist or you don't exist. God exists or God doesn't exist, right? If you say I don't know, that's not a third category of answering. That's just you saying that you don't know which one of them, which position of them, right, to take. So we're saying, in the end, one of these positions must be the truth.
Yeah.
And I don't know is just a gap to avoid answering that question. Do you get the point I'm trying to make?
Yeah.
So that's why I don't know does not really solve the issue.
But I believe that no humans really have the authority to know or not know fully.
Why do you believe that?
Because we don't have enough evidence.
Why I'm just presenting evidence. Which is, do you believe, okay, when you say evidence, that was the second point I wanted to mention. I said there's 2 points. The second point I wanted to mention is this. What do you define as evidence? What would convince you of God's existence?
That's a good question.
Can I tell you your answer?
صدقوني لا شيء يقدر يقنعهم بوجود إله إلا كانوا هما أصلا ما كيقلبوش على الحقيقة، ولكن ما عرفتش كما قال هو يقدر يكون عندهم شي مشكل عاطفي مع الفكره ديال وجود اله، ولكن ماشي مشكل عقلي ماشي لوجيك. هما كيقول لك حنا كنخدموا عقلنا وانتم ما كتخدموش عقلكم، في حين انهم هما اللي ما كيخدموش عقلهم.
I don't know. But I'll let you say. I'm predicting what you're going to say. But I'll let you. Look, through experience, I have found this I don't know of the gaps. Yeah, it's very popular with it. When you present evidence, they say there is not enough evidence. When you ask for a criteria of evidence, they say I don't know. Okay, so how can...
وكيفاش انت كتقلب على واحد الحاجه اللي انت ما عارفهاش اصلا، ما عارفش راسك علاش كتقلب باش غتلقاها، باش غتعرف راسك راك لقيتي ديك الحاجه. واش فهمتيني شويه نقول لك ولا لا؟
We have a discussion.
When you're dealing with something which
let me answer the question.
Yeah, of course.
Answer that question.
Yeah, I think
what would convince you the question is.
Well, first I just want to say, like, when you're dealing with issues like so big,
Come jump in as well if you like.
I think saying I don't know is the rational thing. I think it's not like I've got an answer, you don't. It's like I don't believe either of us should have an answer, unless I suppose maybe you've had a personal experience with God or something.
No, I don't use that.
Okay.
This is a Christian argument.
Okay.
It's a Christian argument, not a Muslim argument.
Right.
You're a wrong person.
Right.
What about
I
you?
believe, by the way, it's based on evidence. So we don't use adequate...
By the way, experience is there. Experience is there.
Experience.
But it's not used as an evidence in isolation. It's the point I'm making, yeah? I have many experiences. Every Muslim has experience, right? But I don't use my experiences as proof. Because you would say that's a personal experience, that's you. You didn't have my experience to know or to use it as evidence as well, right? So I would use something objective with you, something that we both agree with. You have a rational faculty, you can come to rational conclusions. I'm sure we both agree on that, right? Again, coming back to the question that we need an answer for. What is the evidences that would convince someone that whether God exists or not?
Yeah, well, I was saying, like, for me, having a personal experience with God,
We don't know.
a big jump there.
You're saying we don't know.
I didn't say that.
You said to me we shouldn't have a positive. You shouldn't have an answer for the question, which is basically I know or I don't know. That's what you said, correct?
No, but you said what would persuade me that God exists. And
Yes.
I was saying if I saw something clear with my own eyes, like, you know, that
So that would
really
convince
showed
you.
that God exists. Yeah, I
Like
guess so.
like what?
Like what?
Yes.
Like what?
To clearly see something. What? Like what? Give an example.
I mean, it would have to be something totally different from anything I've experienced so far. Something of a spiritual dimension.
Have any examples in your mind?
I'm not going to like pick out an example of like a God coming out of the sky. It's just going to make me
I'm
sound
not-
stupid. This is stuff that.
Look, I'm not putting words into your mouth, right? I'm asking you which example would find convincing.
Okay. Well, I don't know what's not clear about that. Like, if there was something spiritual, like some kind of vision, something extra.
المهم هنايا كيربط يعني الدليل بالقضيه ديال الرؤيه، خصو يشوف باش يامن او لا باش يقول ان هذه الحاجه صحيحه وكاينه. غادي نشوف الجواب ديالو قبل ما نعطيكم الجواب ديالي.
Sensory, God coming into the sky, an apparition of
What about you?
Jesus, something like this.
Yeah, so it's what he says.
Same thing.
Something which couldn't be explained, which surely can be explained by any measurements or understanding that we have currently. I would have to say there's some kind of external factor, something that we don't understand, some higher power.
Okay, good. Let me use your premises. Okay. First, vision, hearing, 5 sensors are based on what? Induction. Induction can be manipulated and deceived. Do you agree? You can see something, you can be hallucinating, you can have a drug, you can see even when you draw for too long, you have to remove the painting and come back because your own vision deceives you. Yeah. So vision is not a criteria because it's not something absolute. And
حيتاش مثلا نقدر يجي الله وباش عرفتي راسك على انك انت ما كتهلوش او لا ما كتخيلش وما كيجيبلكش بالك على راه هذاك اللي كتشوف يقول لك انا الا راه فعلا راه هو الله. باش غتعرف باش غتفرق ما بين الهلوسه والحقيقه الا بغيتي تستخدم الرؤيه. هذا الجزء الاول من الجواب.
Allah says in the Quran, which is very beautiful, even if there is we give them stairs up to heaven, they would say, our eyes have been dazzled. This is magic, man. This is not true. I was just maybe had a drug. I was hallucinating. I've not seen this heaven and earth. So it will not convince you.
So the Quran
Why?
a
Clear answer to that objection, right?
If I saw a staircase going up to heaven, I think it would convince me
No,
somehow.
Allah doesn't only say if you saw a staircase. Allah says if you went.
المهم ما عرفتش ولكن غنعطيكم الجزء الثاني من الجواب بهذا المخصص بهذه القضيه هذه. هو مثلا الجاذبيه. واش حنا كنشوفوا الجاذبيه او لا واش هذا الملحد اللي كيربط الايمان بالرؤيه واش هو كيشوف الجاذبيه؟ جاوبوني في الكومونتير واش الجاذبيه كنشوفوها. واش الجاذبيه اذا بما اننا ما كنشوفوهاش واش هي موجوده او لا غير موجوده؟
Up the staircase and saw heaven and hellfire with your own eyes, you would still say afterwards, "Oh, that doesn't happen. Did it happen?"
wouldn't though.
I was
I'm telling you, I
was dreaming. Maybe that was a hallucination. Maybe it was some drugs. Maybe this is X. Maybe that is Z. So it would not be a conclusive evidence because it has deficiencies within it. It's number one. Number two, why did you restrict evidences to only empiricism?
So only what, sorry?
Say that again, sorry?
Why?
المهم اخوتي هاد السيمانه غادي نحبسوا عاوتاني هنايا. ما تنساوش جاوبوني في الكومونتير واش ممكن نشوفوا الجاذبيه او لا غير ولا ما يمكنش نشوفوها. و يا هادشي اللي كاين. نتلاقاو السيمانه الجايه ان شاء الله. تهلاو.